they get relatively smaller and move up to their final position to become mammal-like. So if you have modern reptiles with one ear bone, you have modern mammals with three ear bones. I think what the embryos do is they almost provide a link between those two. So what we see in possums is from that time they're born through their adults, they almost go through 300 million years of evolution in terms of their ears.
Okay. Here comes BP.
How do we know that the bones we used to hear with came from the bones reptiles used to eat with?
Well, this amazing transition we see in development from jaw bones to ear bones, we also see in the fossil record. And we see it fossils from here in South Africa. And if we look at some of these primitive mammal-like reptiles, we see something in the lower jaw that's very different from us. Because what it has is one bone here which carries the teeth. And then there's a bunch of other bones that are sort of moderately sized that sit at the back of the jaw. They form the jaw joint itself. As you go forward in time, what you start to see are creatures like this, which have a larger bone that holds all the teeth, and ever smaller bones at the back of the jaw that form the jaw joint.
The George.
When you get to animals that lived around 200 million years ago,
You're not raising that car.
you find that they have formed a completely new jaw joint. That's because the bone that holds the teeth had grown so large it made contact with the skull. So over millions of years, bones that formed the old jaw joint began to shrink, and eventually became redundant. But instead of being lost altogether, these old jaw bones were repurposed to take up a new role in the ear. Finding out when that transition took place is difficult because the tiny ear bones sit loose in the skull and they are rarely found with the rest of the body.
We're going to a Pleasanton.
But recently, a fascinating discovery was made in another part of the world. China.
We were coming.
One of the leading scientists involved in the study is my colleague, Zeshi Lo, who works in a lab next door to mine. So Lo is a fabulous anatomist. Here's a guy who knows the anatomy of the teeth, the anatomy of the jaws, the anatomy of the ears of reptiles and mammals as well as anybody on the planet.
Oh
Furthermore,
my.
we're really tiny specimens. When the fossil was first spotted in the field, my friend thought it's just a pebble. He picked it up and he realized there were bones in that pebble. It's a fossil.
I'll come
With
probably.
more detailed work, we know that it's actually a mammal skull, and it's related to the origin of all mammals.
I know.
Hadrocodium. Using a 3D printer, Lo built an enlarged replica of its tiny skull. The teeth had cusps like other mammals, but it's the lower jaw that really stood out. The jaw joint looked remarkably like that of modern mammals, which suggests that the old reptilian jawbones were no longer being used to eat with. They had become part of the ear. On the inside of the jaw are structured to hold the ear bone. This shows us Hadrocodium's ear bones are still attached to the jaw, but the attachment was minimal. Hadrocodium's ear bones were on their way to being completely separate. So this 190
I think we're done.
creature, no bigger than a paperclip, had taken a big step.
You
towards
come for
becoming
crap
we are.
video.
Along with its specialized teeth and fur coat, Hydrocodium is regarded as one of the earliest mammals. And there was a final surprise. Another important mammalian feature inside its skull. We originally thought the early mammals' brains were a lot smaller, but Hydrocodium really surprised us. It has a huge brain. In fact, its brain is 50% bigger relative to its body mass than anything before it. That's why we call the fossil Hydrocodium. It means it got a great big brain. The question is, why would our ancestors have needed such a big brain in the first place? After all, they weren't building cities or writing Shakespeare. 195 million years ago, a big brain helped them to survive in a dangerous nighttime world. The rise of a new kind of reptile, the dinosaurs, forced the early mammals to become tiny creatures of the night. From smelling to hearing to touching with their whiskers, processing so much sensory information caused their brains to grow. They hunted in the dark and hid in their burrows during the day. Many of them maintained that lifestyle for over 130 million years. Only when the dinosaurs were wiped out in yet another mass extinction 65 million years ago could the mammals truly emerge and flourish. So when the dinosaurs disappeared, that's when mammals really took off in a big way.
That's right. They took the opportunity of all the vacant niches, the empty spaces on the land surface, and they stepped out under the dinosaurs' footprints and
I don't know.
So in a very real sense, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the removal and death of the dinosaurs, right?
Certainly.
Our earliest mammalian ancestors were tiny, but deep within their bodies, just as in ours, is an
Every
incredible
activity.
strength.
The more you look at fossils, the more you look at embryos, the more you see that we're repurposed reptiles. The jaw I'm using to talk with, the teeth I used to eat with, the ear bones I used to hear with, the skin and the structures that appear within it, the road, inner reptile past. So in a very real sense, every day we feel the consequences of our inner reptile.
Next time on Your Inner Fish, how did our hands become such remarkable tools? And how did we come to see the world in vivid color? Join Neil Shubin as he traces the human body back to the ancient past.
Wow!
See how our primate ancestors shaped our anatomy, gave us bad backs, and left their mark on the human brain. It's time to meet your inner monkey. Your Inner Fish is brought to you in part by viewers like you. Thank you. To learn more about this program, visit pbs.org/innerfish. The series Your Inner Fish is available on DVD. The book Your Inner Fish is also available. To order, visit shoppbs.org or call 1-800-PLAY-PBS.